Let's bring him on.
Enough fooling around. Whoa, Jesus!
Enough of this tomfoolery.
What kind of beer is that? An IPA?
Pale ale.
Oh, pale ale. Okay.
A pale ale.
Yeah.
We've got a special guest today.
I love it now. It's amazing. It is amazing. From Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut's not bad. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Do your intro.
I'm just,
do your thing, Playboy.
Because all I do is intros.
Because now I got to do this. All right, so you're introducing somebody. So
Yeah.
you're doing the intro.
It's the intro. That's all I do.
That's what I'm saying.
So joining us, we found this guy over on TikTok. But TikTok.
This guy does ads for Tic Tacs.
Yes.
He's the new Mentos guy. Check him out.
But getting ready to join us right now. This guy sold his house and bought an RV to travel the U.S. and drink beer. This guy's living the dream.
Living the absolute dream, right?
He's also come to find out he's a comedian. He's a fantasy football connoisseur.
I would have left the family behind and just took the RV.
Just took the RV.
Yeah, just get the hell out of town. Jeff Mentos. Yeah, there you go.
But joining us right now on the show, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, put your hands together and welcome to the show, Mr. Kyle Killebrew.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers.
What's up?
Thanks for having me on.
Oh, man. Thanks for coming on.
No problem. Yeah. Man, oh, man. What you drinking there?
So we just stopped in Ventura, California, and there's a brewery called Topa Topa, and I'm drinking a Topa Topa Dos Topas Lager right now.
Ooh, okay.
It's delicious, yeah.
Nice, real nice. So you're going around the U.S. Go ahead and do the origin story. Like, what made you decide you're just like, hey, you know what? Just going to sell the house, get an RV, and just start going around?
Yeah, so we lived in Oregon for the last 8 years, and then, just things changed. Jobs changed, got a remote job, and my wife is teaching our kids from the house, and, the market's hot for houses, so we decided let's sell our house and move into an RV. And what better way to go and see every brewery in the country and try the best restaurants and foods than to get in an RV and just drive all over. And so far we've done the West Coast, we've done Arizona, California, and we're heading up into Oregon and Washington, and we're getting ready to go to Yellowstone this summer and then hit the East Coast this fall.
That's amazing. See, that's what you should have done. You should have bought an RV. You bought a house.
I did.
The market was so high, but you're like, I got to get one, man.
But I wasn't selling a house, so
you just bought an RV.
I'm just saying. And I don't have a remote job either, so there's that.
Warrants? It's the warrants, wasn't it?
So how long has this been going on so far? I mean, you've traveled a lot already, so.
Yeah, we've been in the RV for 3 months now, and due to COVID and everything, obviously we hadn't seen family and stuff for a while. Our family's down in Arizona, so we decided to book it down to Arizona, see all the grandparents and family, and on the way back up the California coast, decided now we got to start hitting the breweries. So just put up an awesome interview with the owner of Tarantula Hill Brewery in Thousand Oaks, and not only did they have amazing beer, but they had ice cream and beer slushies. So I mean, it was like the best place on earth, honestly. So doing some great stuff. Yeah.
That's awesome. So is the plan to hit all 50 states? What's the plan with this? Like how big are you going with this?
I don't know that 50 states is necessarily our goal right now. Right now, the goal was to hit some of the major national parks. My son's in 4th grade, so we can get the national parks for free. So we're doing that. So Yellowstone for sure, Grand Tetons for sure. And then we've got family on the East Coast. Would love to see the fall colors change, so we're heading out to the East Coast. So I don't know that we'll ever hit the 50 for sure, because Hawaii would be hard and Alaska is pretty tough. But it would be pretty cool to drive an RV up to Alaska, though.
I mean, that would be a pretty cool trip. So, what gave you the inspiration, like, to do this? Because you say you're a family man. You got how many kids do you have?
I have 2 kids. I have a 12-year-old daughter and a 10-year-old son.
So you've got 2 kids in an RV. Come on.
I know it doesn't sound enjoyable, but it's a big RV. It's big. So, I mean, they're on that side and we're on this side, and it works out.
Okay. So with the RV itself, is it a diesel pusher, or is it like a 5th wheel, or how big are we talking? Like, do you have a truck that you pull it with, or what are we talking?
I don't know. Do you guys want to become famous though?
No, I'll get rid of it. Don't worry. Thanks. Twitch.
Okay. Sorry. What you got there, Kyle? So what kind of RV we pulling there? Did we lose him?
Oh no.
I think we lost him.
I
think we lost him.
Yeah, he froze up.
He froze.
I'm gonna put him backstage for a second and see.
Give it, Kyle. When you come back, give us a thumbs up.
Sorry, I was tabbed out. Bad mod. You guys are bad mods, but Francis was on it immediately. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So
as soon as I see him blink again, I'm bringing him back on. He's blinking.
Okay, he's back. He's back.
Sorry, guys.
It's all right. It's all right.
That's part of that RV life, right?
That is the most challenging part of RV life, is having good connection and internet. And I work online, so that's definitely a challenge.
I hear you.
So ask your question again.
We were asking if it's like a fifth wheel that you pull with a truck, or is it like a traditional RV or a diesel pusher or something like that? What are we talking?
Yeah. So it's a 37-foot travel trailer. So it hitches onto the ball on our Chevy Silverado truck, and we pull it around with the two axles that it has. So it's a big RV. It's as big of a travel trailer as you could possibly get. So it's got a bunk room for the kids. I mean, we have a kitchen island. It's huge. A lot of people say, how do you live in a travel trailer or live in an RV? It's literally just a smaller house. It's a big RV.
Yeah, my dad's had them as well, and now he has like the full size, drive it yourself RV, and they get pretty extravagant, and you could absolutely live in one. It's bigger than a small apartment. I mean, it's very big and spaced out.
Cool. So you're hitting up the East Coast. What states do you have planned in the middle? Like, is there some states where these are definite touching points? Is there maybe some of those breweries that you know about that you've had before, and you're like, I have to go to this brewery, that brewery? What are some of the plans for it?
The center of the country is really where I need the help. I've not been to that area too much, so I asked on TikTok the other day recommendations for places to go. Old Nation is a brewery in Michigan I would love to go to. It makes one of my favorite beers called M43. Melvin Brewing is in Wyoming, and I'm reaching out to them trying to see. They actually, Melvin Brewing is in Wyoming on BLM federal land, so you can stay on their land up to 14 days. So I'm going to try to see if we can just stay there and drink beer for a while. We can't stay too long because we got to get to the East Coast for fall leaves. But no, I mean, hey, hit me up on Instagram and TikTok. We would love Facebook. We'd love the recommendations. If you live in the center of the country and you know great places along Minnesota, Illinois, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, we're going to be going right through the middle of the country right there. So please let us know.
Awesome. I can tell you two breweries up in Michigan is New Holland and Bell's Brewing. Those are two.
Yep.
Delicious.
Those are high on the list for sure.
Yeah.
I think you start going when you get through like Ohio and whatnot. They have some heavy hitters out that way, and then obviously the East Coast. I mean, you're going to find that you can throw a rock and hit a brewery, and I mean, and they're all pretty decent as well. Now, are you going to make the loop coming back around, or are you just going to turn right back around and just shoot back up to the Northwest?
No, so we don't live in the Northwest anymore. We live in our RV. So the goal point right now is to get to Arizona during the actual nice winter months for holidays and see family. So we might drive right by you guys in Texas around November or December timeframe. Maybe we'll do it in person at some point.
Nice. Oh yeah, if you make it to DFW, let us know. We've got
tons of breweries.
There's a ton of breweries here,
and we like to drink.
Yes. We've had a couple beers in our day.
Yeah.
So let's step away from that, because one thing that you had mentioned when we were messaging back and forth about you coming on the show and stuff, we were talking about how we do the live show and things, and you've mentioned you've done live stand-up comedy and things like that. So what's all that?
So not stand-up comedy. I've done improv comedy. There's a theater in Oregon that I trained at called Curious Comedy. Shout out to all the Curious Comedy people out there. I worked there for a while and then was able to fulfill a dream that I had for 20 years of doing some improv comedy online this winter. And so looking forward to going back in person. But now that I'm on the road, just trying to use some of those improv techniques and skills I've learned from some of my teachers to be able to talk about where we're going and interview some of these awesome brewers along the way.
Awesome. So how much improv did you get to do while you were doing this? Like, how many shows did you get to do? What are we talking about here?
So I was on one major show, which was a fundraiser for the theater this spring called Love Fest, and that was a 3-day or 2-day straight through improv show that I was part of. It was a lot of fun. Most of my stuff has just been doing training and doing student showcases of different classes that I've been in. So nothing too big yet. I had a chance with my work to do some stuff with Second City a few months ago, and that was really cool. So just trying to get all the experience I can and see where it goes.
Nice. That's pretty cool. So let's talk a little bit more about beer. Let's jump back over to beer.
Okay.
We're going to go back and forth today.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to move around. We got to keep on his toes.
Okay.
You know, we got to give him practice with his improv, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are some of your favorite breweries? What are some of your favorite styles?
What's your favorite beer?
What's your favorite beer? What you got?
That's tough. Favorite beer. Okay. All right. We'll start with some of my favorite breweries. Being from the Pacific Northwest, Great Notion is one of my favorite breweries in the country. Going to actually do an interview with them here in about 2 weeks. So stay tuned for that. Those guys are awesome. I got the chance to work with them for a summer while I was up in Oregon here. Also can't wait to get back to the East Coast. Alchemist, obviously kind of the OGs back there doing the original Northeast style. So I love that kind of hazy, fruity Northeast style IPA, but I love all IPAs. Honestly, you know, when a bartender says like, what do you like? I just said, just surprise me, because the breweries know better than I do what their best beer is. So to ask for a specific beer on their menu is kind of a silly thing to do when they know that maybe the Kolsch is the best beer on their menu. So I've really gotten into lagers a lot lately, but any IPA, you can put an IPA in front of me anytime and I'd be happy. Oh, favorite beer of all, like I said, the M43 from Old Nation is one of my favorite. Ripe from Great Notion, IPAs. So it's mostly IPAs, and then I love stouts too.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say like favorite style. You know, I'm a Pilsner and Kolsch guy. Those are my go-tos no matter what. And you like IPA or hazy IPAs?
Hazy IPAs.
Mm-hmm.
Your Northeast IPAs are awesome. What's up, Darren?
Darren, we got your Bob Ross sitting right up front and center.
So is there a style of beer that you just won't drink? Like,
you know,
it's just awful.
Yeah, it's not that it's awful. So here's one that I would say I wouldn't order regularly. It's like these smoothie slushy style beers that are so thick, and like if I'm gonna drink a smoothie, I would just drink a smoothie regularly. I really want to get like the complexities of like the hops and stuff. Nothing against the smoothie beers, they're awesome, but I don't even know how to rate them. Like on Untappd, how do you rate something that tastes like candy? I don't really even. It's so good.
And it's crazy. You talk about the rating on the Untappd and things like that. Like we were just having a conversation with one of our brewing buddies this last week, where you've got people in there who are going and they're drinking, say, a sour, and they hate sours, so they give it like a 0.25. Well, you drank a beer that you know you're not gonna like, so why even rate it?
Yeah,
you know, because like I'll go in there and like sours aren't my favorite, but when we're doing it on the show, I try to give it an objective score. I've never given a sour a 0.25 or whatever because I don't like sours.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
It is true. I try to be fair with my scoring. Now, when I go to check it in and Untappd, I might just skip that aspect of it.
Yeah.
You know? But it's tricky when you're doing that because what's the point of rating the beer if
you don't like it anyway?
Right. Well, why even rate beers if you're just going to give them bad scores, or drink a beer that you're not going to like and give it a bad score? So was that only if you like the beer do you check it in and rate it?
I don't know what to do. I don't know what the formality is because I don't check my beers in anymore. I stopped after like doing it for like a month because like this is a lot of work. I just don't like I don't like the work aspect. I like to sit down. He brings me beer. All right, we already have beer here, one of the two. And we just start drinking.
I mean, Mike brings us beer.
Or Mike brings us beer. Right. We got some friends that bring us stuff back from vacation, and that's what we love. So I don't need to rate everything. Now I like your reviews on TikTok with all these. You've been sitting down with other brewers or people at the breweries and things like that. How's that come across? Are they receptive to have you sit down and throw a camera in their face, or tell us about it?
Yeah, no, brewers are awesome. One of the things that I learned from working at a brewery a couple of years ago is that brewers are some of the coolest people. Not only are they willing to talk about what they're doing, but they're willing to share. Brewers share recipes all the time. It's almost crazy, like being from the business world. Business tips are not shared a whole lot because companies don't want to know like what the secrets are. But brewers are awesome. They sit down with them and they're having a beer. Like I sat down with Ali at Tarantula Hill. We talked for over 30 minutes and it was an awesome conversation. Didn't want to leave. So I'm really excited. Everyone, honestly, the only hard part is when we get to like the Oregon coast and stuff, I know it's busy time for them. So a lot of places are busy and they don't have the time for it. So I get that. That's cool. But more than anything, I just want to help support not only the big breweries, but like smaller breweries that are starting to get their legs underneath them, like Tarantula Hill and Virgin that I just went to, both 2 years old and growing. I just want to help give them legs. Not that I have a huge following, but let's give them whatever space they can.
I agree. I mean, that actually changed our whole way of doing the show like last year, or was the year before that? I don't even know how long we've been locked down. Whenever COVID happened, we just like, there was a couple breweries around us that just got started. They just opened their doors 2 months before, and what did they have? Beer to go. So then we're going around the Metroplex. We had people going everywhere, and yeah, we don't have a huge following either. But it doesn't hurt to just throw out a picture or share something or just do whatever, because you don't know which one is going to catch fire. You might be the spark, right? And they put all their time, effort, and money into it. Why not? Now, if they make bad beer, I don't know anything about that. But if they make good beer, you want to keep them around, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's for sure. But I mean, everywhere around here, there's not really a bad brewery around here. We're lucky in the area that we're in.
Yeah.
That all these breweries in our area, they all brew some damn good beer.
Oh yeah.
Some damn good beer.
Absolutely.
So let's get into your next love. You are a fantasy football connoisseur.
What? Is that what he said?
I mean, that's what I heard. I don't
know.
I mean, it might have been something else, but So how long have you been playing fantasy football for?
Doing the math, I guess it's been 23 years that I've been in one league, the main league we've been in, and then I play in a different league every year, whatever comes up. But yeah, we've been in one league for over 23 years now, and I just love it. This is the time of year that I'm happiest, is when we're doing mock drafts and getting ready to figure out who I'm taking. This year I got number 1 pick because I was the worst team last year, so that's a good thing and a bad thing because I was horrible last year, but going to get a good draft pick this year, so I'm excited to start talking football again.
So we talking PPR? We talking standard? What are we talking about here?
Yeah, we do half-point PPR, and we do an interesting, like you get to keep 2 players, but you keep them half the round that you drafted them last year. So this year I'm going to keep Antonio Gibson, and I'm going to keep Cam Akers because I got Antonio Gibson's for nothing. Like I picked him up off the waiver wire, and Cam Akers, same thing. So I'm going to keep them for nearly nothing and probably pick up CMC with the number 1 pick.
Okay, that was going to be my next guess or question. If anybody had them and had to cough them back up, we do a keeper league as well. That's our big league that we do.
One keeper, and you can keep them for 2 seasons.
Yeah, and then it goes back in. It doesn't cost you, depending on where you draft him the year before, anything like that. It's a keeper, and that's how you go. So CMC number 1. So no one kept him, or was he not eligible to lock down?
Well, funny thing is that I finished last place, but I had CMC hurt all last year, so I can't keep him. I've had him 2 years, so I'll drop him, keep my 2 keepers, and I'll get CMC back. It actually worked out really well. I don't know if that's cheating, but it kind of sounds like it was a little unfair, but I got him back.
So I was going to ask this, but the chat brought it up because you're saying now. Have you already locked in Cam Akers as your keeper?
I haven't locked him in yet. No, we have a couple weeks. So if something comes up, what did he just break a leg or something?
He just ruptured his Achilles.
Oh no, you're kidding me.
2 days ago. Yeah.
Oh,
yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah. So you might want to revisit that one.
Okay.
Don't know that he's going to play this year.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Poor fella. And he was actually going to be. This year was supposed to be a fantastic start, like breakout year. He wasn't going to be like splitting as much time as he was last year. But yeah, then you get this news, and it's like, I mean, these poor guys, they put it all on the line. He's a young kid. Now he's got to wait a whole another year, and then maybe something. Who knows? Coming back from a ruptured Achilles.
And this is the year they're supposed to win it because of Stafford. So
Jesus, ain't nobody ever said that ever.
I mean, go to where are they at? LA now?
Yeah, they're in LA.
Yeah, go to LA and ask them.
God.
So who are some guys to keep an eye on this year? Who are your sleepers this year?
I haven't even really started digging into it yet. I'm a Cardinals fan, so when you said the Rams are going to win it all, that hurts just right there hearing that. I think Kyler. I think I heard somewhere that his average draft position is like 5th round right now for a running quarterback. So watch Kyler. I think AJ Green, being a Cardinals fan, like watch out. Like he's going to cost you nothing. You'll be able to get him for really cheap. And then, I was going to say Cam Akers, but not now, I guess.
It'd be a hell of a move if he pulled that off, but I don't know, man.
He's out there on one leg. Now, who are your to avoid guys? You got anybody out there who are like, just don't touch this guy?
I mean, we all have players that we don't like, right? Like, especially if you had them like last year and they didn't do well. Like I had Cortland Sutton last year. Anybody on the Broncos kind of scares me without having a quarterback that's proven there. So I'm a little bit hesitant to take any of the wide receivers from the Broncos right now. And then also, I don't know what's going on with the New England Patriots. So I'm a little hesitant to take anyone from New England right now when you don't know where they're going. They got 2 new tight ends, 2 new wide receivers. Who knows?
But you still got Cam back there that their tout is their quarterback.
Yeah,
so
I'm not taking anybody from there.
He's don't know if you know or not, but he's not that good. I ain't been good in like 6 years or something like that. Ever since he took that little, I don't know what that was in the trying to dive on that ball.
Oh no, yeah, it's in his head. He's got problems.
I don't think he's going to be the starter by the end of the year out there. Belichick's going to look for a reason to put Mac Jones in, and that's all there is to there.
Let it rip.
Yeah.
So you finished last this year. Have you won it all? Because you said you only play one league, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever won it all?
Yeah, I've won it all once, and then I've come in second place 2 or 3 times.
Okay, well, that's good.
Was there a punishment for finishing last?
No, fortunately, we all live in different states, so there's not much that anybody can do. So by that time of the season, I don't live in. I don't have one of those leagues where I have to wear like something crazy or do something silly. So I'm fortunate in that regard. Last year worked out pretty well.
We have 2 things that we do. We have one that's every week. The highest scoring team every week renames the lowest scoring team every week.
I think it's graphic.
And it's graphic, it's brutal. We just live on Urban Dictionary for that, or it's just hot shots at each other. Like some of the things that we've had, it's absurd. They're very personal. Sometimes.
Yeah, it
gets personal. But everyone's a good sport with that. And then we have a toilet trophy that the loser of the league gets, that they have to prominently display in their house and have their. You can't hide it in your closet or anything like that. It's the guy who's had it for the last couple of years. He keeps it on his desk in his office. Mm-hmm. We had one guy keep it on his fireplace mantle. Another guy kept it on top of his beer fridge. He's got like a little mini beer fridge that he kept it on top of. So
you should. Yeah. And anytime somebody wants to see it, you got to go take a picture of it real quick and, show it. If somebody stops by, it better be on display.
Yep. Before COVID, there would be surprise inspections that we would pull, just show up out of nowhere and be like, "Hey, where's the trophy?"
So have you guys got it? Have you ever had it?
No,
sir.
No. I've won the league.
I haven't. I finished second like a couple times, and I just can't. I have trouble. My bench always outscores my starters. I think they're too much, right? You've seen the league, right? Yep. I'm Roxton. Or Kevin.
I was going to say minus the winning.
Yeah, no, I've won every other league that I've been in except for this one that we call our big boy league. It's the oldest one that we've been in. But yeah, it's just, when you get that close, you're like, ugh, but every week you're just thinking. I don't know how much time you spend thinking about it. You've already mentioned doing some mock drafts, and that tells me that you pay attention to everything. It's more than 5 minutes of looking at anything. You're up early in the morning, hitting that waiver wire. You have to.
During football season, that's where I don't mind having to wake up so early to get the kids ready for school because I hit that waiver wire before everybody else does.
Yeah.
I'm waking up early and it's like, I didn't want to place a claim on these guys. So if they're still there, I'll take them. And then if they're there, it's just like, doink, doink, doink. Yeah. Just grab them real quick.
So you absolutely love this, huh?
I think you just hit it on the head. I was telling my wife the other day that the mock drafts and planning for the draft is probably my favorite thing in the waiver wire. And so I'm actually really disappointed in myself that I didn't know about Cam Akers. I'm actually really sad that you knew that before I did. That shows that I'm slipping a little bit.
We got like 15 alerts like when it went off. I mean, people went crazy. And of course, ESPN and Yahoo Sports, they all went wild. But yeah, it's draft day is seriously one of the best days. It's a big deal for us because we all get together, go to the same place. We always draft together. The guy that's hosting always, was he overnight, cooks like a pork shoulder or whatever. Yep. So we have pulled pork sandwiches, tons of beer. And, we sit there and hang out. We draft like 3 rounds, hit the pool, grab a beer, come back at, it's a full day thing.
Man, I gotta join your league. You got any openings?
We just picked one guy out, so but the spot was immediately filled.
Immediate. The guy who was in the league before was like, "Can I come back?" We're like, "All right, you can come back."
Oh man, but yeah, it's. I'm telling you, it's a blast, and there's nothing better, I think, than draft day, especially if you're into it. If you're not into it, it's just another day for you. And you're kind of just like, yeah, I'm annoyed.
Yeah. So where can everyone check you? It's Brews and Bites RV. I know TikTok. I know Facebook. Where else are you at?
Yeah, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I don't do a whole lot on Twitter, but trying to do more. We have a Pinterest, we have a YouTube page, and a blog is coming. So the YouTube, Pinterest, we don't have a whole lot on there yet, but our blog, we're starting to write blogs now about what we're doing, where we're going, how to live in an RV. A lot of people have questions of like, how do you hook up your sewer hose? How do you hitch the RV? So that seems to be a really popular topic right now. So it's like the beers and the RV together, definitely getting the most bang for our buck. But yeah, watch for the blog coming soon. But TikTok, I'm having a blast doing right now. That's definitely the fun channel to be on right now.
Mm-hmm. We fought it kicking and screaming, and then now we're every day we're in there.
Yeah, you do like 5 a day.
I mean,
It's crazy.
I got stuff to do. I got to entertain people. All right, Kyle. Thank you so much for joining us, man. We appreciate it. When you drive through Texas, let us know.
Definitely.
We'll go grab some beers together for sure. We'll show you a few cool places here in DFW.
Will do, guys. Thanks for having me on.
All right, man. Hey, thank you again.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
My goodness.
Let's give it up for that, man.
What a good dude. Like,
right?
You know, we've had guests that just really don't talk a lot or they get a little camera shy, but luckily this guy, that's what he does. He goes around, he goes to these different breweries, he has his camera, he's sitting there doing pretty much live spots immediately with all these brewers and whatnot. So yeah, GG's, man. Thanks so much again. That's Brews and Bites. Like he said, he's on
Brews and Bites RV.
Brews and Bites RV, Facebook, Instagram. He's trying to get better at Twitter, but he's definitely on TikTok. I'll tell you that. That's his
Pinterest.
place to be. Pinterest. We have a Pinterest account.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But we don't post there because, we just don't do it.
We've got more action on our OnlyFans than we do our Pinterest.